7D, Senior Leadership Spotlight of Rebekah Green. Can you
Yep.
introduce Rebekah?
I will, President Millibar, happy to. We have joining us today Rebekah Green. Rebekah is our newly onboarded property acquisition lead for the program. Rebekah works for Bender Rosenthal, who is a small business right-of-way company that we've been working with for several years now. I think we've talked about the quality of the work provided by Bender Rosenthal. Rob Aller, who is our field coordinator, dealing with all issues in the field, also works for the same firm and has been consulting with Rebekah for years now, but we're really happy to have brought Rebekah on board and look forward to her presentation.
Graham. Good afternoon. As Graham said, my name is Rebekah Green. A little bit about me is I'm born and raised here in Sacramento. I'm 5th generation Sacramento. I'm married to a U.S. Army sergeant. He's served for the military the last 17 years. Little things about me outside of work is I like to cook and bake, and I like to work out a lot. So I've done a century, marathon, and a lot of half marathons. And I do have 16 nieces and nephews, and I'm going to be a great aunt pretty soon. And I went to Sac State and I have a degree in social work. Next slide, please. So as Graham said, I am employed at Bender Rosenthal. I am a project manager and an escrow expert. My territory of clients ranges from Bakersfield to up to the Oregon border that I serve. Prior to joining Bender Rosenthal, I worked at 1031 Real Estate Services, which was a tax-deferred real estate intermediary for a nationwide company. And in my free time, I was a social worker part-time. I have a long history working with the Department of Water Resources, DWR. I've worked with them for the last 14 years, and my firm has worked with them for the last over 25 years. I work a lot with Al Davis and the staff over there. And in general, I also work on a lot of water projects throughout the state of California. Next slide. Bender Rosenthal has currently completed over 135 task orders. And I've also worked on 6 major flood control projects with DWR. I helped implement DWR's policy for real estate, including final counting packages and overseeing with the Army Corps of Engineers. Some other projects I've worked on is the Three Rivers and Sutter Butte Flood Control Agency, which was up north. I did a lot of their levee work. I also completed the West Sacramento project across the way, and I'm now currently assisting on the San Joaquin Area Flood Control Agency in the Delta, improving all their levees out there for them. And next slide, please. My role here for DCA is to help implement the real estate and right-of-way needs for the project, coordinate with all the team leads, and also work with and partners with DWR and the executive director here. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Questions of Mrs. Green? Well, I'm glad you're helping us. You're in a difficult environment with the opposition in the Delta, but it looks like you'll be able to handle it quite well. And so welcome, and look forward to seeing you getting all the lands that we need.
You're welcome. It'll be good. It's a good project.
Public comments?
President Millibar, we do not have any.
Yeah, President Millibar. Rebekah, welcome to the project, and maybe a question for you. So which one's harder, a century or a marathon?
The marathon.
Yeah, so I take it that it'll serve you well because you're in it for the long run. Hopefully.
Yes, thank you.
Robert said what I was going to say. So your marathon background will fit right in.
So President Millibar,
Running away from them or toward them?
I'll offer President Millibar, we're really happy to have Rebekah join us. And, really right now it's all about planning, preparing for the future. And so it's a great opportunity to bring on the quality individuals like Rebekah onto the program to start thinking about how the land acquisition is going to be conducted properly in compliance with state requirements, Department of Water Resources requirements. You can imagine, as many of you have commented already, it's going to be quite a process. And so we're of course not implementing anything at this point, but this is the planning phase where we're getting ready for that future stage. And we want to be ready for that. We don't want to sort of turn around and start asking ourselves, how do we do this at the right time? So or in those future times. So we're getting into it now and look forward to Rebekah's participation going forward.
Good, thank you, Rebekah.
President Millibar, if I could just say as well, real briefly, no, I just welcome aboard. I mean this in the best way possible. I can't wait for you to be extremely busy in this program and to see really some major strides for this project that the state clearly needs as needed. So welcome aboard. Thank you for the work you do.